Hi everyone, welcome back here in my cave, and my name is Nubs. Today we're going to do this absolutely adorable little duck here. He's holding an umbrella. I think he's going to be just perfect for sitting in a window, and I think we can do some really nice colors with it. I found this on Pinterest. Unfortunately, I can't find it again, so I can't link it, but if I am able to find it, I'll make sure I put the link to the person who created it in the description below. I think he'll be a perfect little project. He's not too difficult, with the exception of the body where the arm goes in, and that'll just have to be done with the grinder. And I think it's just going to be a perfect little project from start to finish. So without further ado, let's get into it. All right, so for this project, I think I've selected all the glass that I'd like to use. I'm going to use this white for the duck. I think it'll be a beautiful color, and it'll show him really well. For the beak and for the feet, we're going to use this glass here. It's Ripley, and I think it'll actually give the nice texture for the beak and feet. So I'm going to go with that. For the umbrella, we're going to use this absolutely stunning blue. It's got a lot of striations of white inside of it, so I think it'll look perfect for rain, sort of, hitting the umbrella and for that. And then black will just be for the stem of the umbrella itself. So those are the four colors that I think we're going to use in this project. And now let's get to marking out the patterns. So when it comes to this blue glass, I've decided I want the white striations to be coming down, so it'll sort of simulate rain within the umbrella. As I mentioned in previous videos, I personally find it very important that you set up your pattern on your glass, looking at the striations to figure out exactly what you want. If I was doing a sky, I may run it the other way. I may run it horizontally, so it'll be more like clouds going through the. But in this case, I want it to sort of be a blue umbrella with potentially rain coming down off of it. So I think this is the best orientation we could have. Okay, so for the black, I didn't really want to cut a whole new sheet, or cut into a whole new sheet just to do the black. And I remembered that years ago I had done some stuff in black. So I took a look at what I have, and sure enough, I have this tiny little piece of black that was a cut off of something else. I think it was the Mickey lamp, if I'm not mistaken. And it'll give me just enough glass to get the two pieces that I need, and now I don't need to cut into a brand new sheet. So this is what I've decided to go with. That's why I always say, I keep the pieces that are large enough that I might make something with it one day. I know that might sound like a bit of a hoarder doing that, but the reality is you never know. And look at this, I ended up with just the perfect amount of glass to take care of this one last piece. So this should work out just beautifully. And now we're going to get on to cutting off our glass. Okay, so for this orange one, first thing we're going to do is we're just going to cut out what we don't need of this glass. Oh, that's such a nice sound. It means your project is underway. I don't know if you can see it properly on camera or not. We have a beautiful score all the way down here. And because it's a straight line, we're going to use our running pliers. There's no need to cut, but there you go. So that way we can save most of our sheet. We'll cut this off next, and that way I'll have one big piece in case I need an orange in the future. And I think that will work out just perfect. So let's get to it. glass and you're hearing that score. It's a beautiful sound. This is very nice glass to work with too, and it cuts beautifully. Okay, so now we have all of our pieces cut out. We got the blue for the umbrella, we've got the orange for the bill and for the feet, and we got the white for the body. The only part that really is going to need a lot of grinding is going to be the body itself. Where the arm sticks in here, there's just no way you'll be able to cut quite that deep and get a nice piece without having it snap. So this will be just done quickly on the grinder. I also managed to cut my finger. You may have noticed that I was going along. I apologize for that. It's so rare that that actually happens, but that is why I say you should be wearing gloves. When I learned how to cut or work on stained glass, we didn't wear gloves. It wasn't really, I don't know if it was just because it was in the 90s. Even when we did the patina and the flux, you know, our teacher never told us to wear gloves. Now we know better. I do know better than to do it without gloves, but unfortunately, when I learned how to cut stained glass, I got used to having the dexterity of your fingers and the touch and the feel. Like I said, it's very rare that I ever get cut, but you know, do as I say, not as I do, if that, that makes sense. So just be careful when you're cutting your glass that, you know, this doesn't happen to you. And now onto the grinder. Okay, so we're ready now to put on the copper foil. There are two pieces in this pattern that I find could be a little bit troublesome, so I'll show you quickly what I like to do. When you have a heavy curve like this, a flat piece of foil, what happens is it goes around, and then when you try to put it over the edge, it'll get a bunch of splits, especially in the deep part of the curve. Now, what you can do is you can put down your foil, and then wherever it splits, just add foil. The reason I do it like this is that way your main piece goes over top, and wherever there's splits, you've already got a piece underneath, and you have one continuous top piece, which is where your solder is sticking to, and anywhere that you needed extra is underneath. So that way, it's, to me, would be a lot stronger. Maybe I'm wrong, but that is the way that I've always done it. If you don't do it, you may get lucky. This one here, you'll definitely have splits. This one here for where the beak connects up, you may not get a split. It's not too sharp. I think right here you'll probably end up getting a split. So the reason that I'll do it is I'll put on my foil right here, and just to be safe, I'll do that. I have seen parts where it looked like you got away with it and everything seemed good, and then the solder actually split. And that was a piece that I had done, and it was probably 6 months or older when I actually noticed that they had a split. And then I ended up having to go back and fix that because it was driving me nuts. So now whenever I have a big curve like that, I'll put a piece before I even get to it, and then that will save me. Something simple like this, not a problem, or like this, not a problem. But when you have a heavy curve, it's a good chance it's going to split. What I'll do is I'll put the foil, I'll do it differently on this one, and I'll put the foil down and we'll just have a quick look and see if it splits. I don't know if this one will, but there's a good chance that it will. Okay, so I don't know if the camera will pick it up perfectly or not, but if you look on this one right here, it split right where I thought it would, right where there's a deep curve, and the copper foil has split. There's no way for you to burnish that back together or make that proper. So the only way to fix it now is to add a little piece over the top. Once you're finished with it, then you just cut out whatever excess you don't need. But this is what I was talking about, where you have a nice little split right here. There's no way the solder will adhere to anything because there's nothing left. That's why you'll need to have a little piece in there. It is possible if you add enough solder, maybe it'll go over and you won't notice it. I'm not sure. But for the most part, you know, when you have a thing like this, you just need to fix it before you go too far. So all I'll do now is I'll just take a little piece of the copper foil and we'll put it over top of that area. And we'll just look on the other side, because the other side I have a tiny little spot as well. So we'll have to do it over there. It's not a surprise. Like I said, this is something that you see quite often when you have heavy curves, inside curves like that, just because a flat piece obviously cannot make it all the way around. So then all I would do after that is I would take my knife and then just cut off the piece that I don't need. Go to make it even. Just because when you lay your solder down, you know, you might notice it, so that's what I'll do it. And there we go. So now we have a heavy inside curve that has been foiled, and you're not going to have to worry about a split in the solder, so it'll look nice and everything is taken care of. And now we'll get on with the remainder of this foiling. Cue the montage. Alright, so once again, we're ready to take care of this and get some solder on. As always, I'm making a mess the first bit we get going here. So we're gonna get our solder on and then we'll fix the piece back up. Okay, so now we're getting ready to do the final solder. We've got everything tacked into place. Or most of it tacked in. We've got a couple little spots I can still tack, but let's get to it. Okay, so we've done the patina over the whole thing. Unfortunately, I did it and I forgot to hit record. The troubles of YouTube. So unfortunately, you won't get to see me put on the stain this time, or any of the valuable insights I just gave. But that's okay. You can watch it on another video. So, she's all nicely done up. We're going to take this up to the sink and I'll give it a good wash, good clean. Then I'll do some polish and then we'll be back with the final result. Alright, so unfortunately you missed out on the applying of the patina. I accidentally forgot to hit record, so that's the fun of making a YouTube video. So what I've done now is I've just applied some finishing compound on it, just so we can get it all polished up, make it look nice. And then I'll get to show you the final product here shortly. It really is amazing to see what you can create in an afternoon with stained glass. You start with some basic sheets of glass, and within a few hours you have in this case, a cute little duck. I know, I keep doing the kid things, but I'm trying to find things that are quick and easy so I can demonstrate what's possible with stained glass. I have some really big projects coming up that I'm looking forward to showing with everybody. We're not quite there yet. We're gonna make another Disney lamp. I'm thinking of doing Mickey, Minnie, probably Donald and Daisy. And I think it should be really special when it's done, but I'm not quite ready there yet to take you down that path. I really got to get myself some new microfiber cloth so I can stop using paper towels to do this. It's such a waste. And there we have it. We have one cute little duck ready to go. Gonna grab our paint pen. And we'll just simply add a nice little eyeball in there. There you go. Cute little duck out in the rain. I think he's a perfect little afternoon project. And again, it'll look great in a window. In a kid's window, I think it's perfect. And with that, I'll say I'm done, and thank you. And we'll just do one last final show off of the product so you can see it, and call it a day. Thank you. All right, and with that, we have completed another project. This time we have this adorable little duck. I think he's really cute. I know most of what I've done has been on the sort of whimsical side, and I like to keep things light, and this is this type of stuff that really, makes me happy to make. But I also enjoy making panels and squares and all kinds of other things. So if there's something else you'd like to see, please leave a comment, and I'll see if I can maybe make that happen. And with that, I just want to say thank you to everyone who has taken the time to watch my videos, to like, to comment, to subscribe. It's meant the world to me. I started back down this journey, 6 months ago, after fighting cancer for the last 2 years, and it was sort of my way of getting back into the routine so that I can hopefully get back to work and get back to doing my normal day-to-day stuff. I thought this would just be something that would be for me and maybe 5-10 people, but to see 2,000 people subscribed, it's just mind-boggling. So if there is something that you'd rather see, just let me know and I'll see what I can do. And with that, I wish you all the best in your own stained glass projects, and have a good night.